full-time streamer. I'm gonna start winging some of this stuff because like I, last couple weeks I had put my material together, got my talking points together, and I understand it's a process, whatever, whatever. But at the same time, I'm gonna just go with it, and I'm gonna rely on anybody in passing to drop the topic, and I'm gonna run with it. I know I often say that, and then people come in, robots come in and shit, and it's just kind of like a bunch of foolish shit. But I got a little shit I want to run with real quick, and then hopefully, if this pick up any traction, anybody come in this bitch, I'll see where we go. Maybe this like a test run. I might keep it, might not. We're gonna talk about the music game real quick. So they say this rapper named Little Russell just signed with Jay-Z and shit like that. To Rock Nation. I was just checking it out. And he previously dissed them. Me, just a heads up, just a human being that I am. If I don't talk bad about somebody, especially in the public eye, I wouldn't feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I had this conversation not too long ago with one of my partners. I'm like, man, I can't be up under no niggas I'm talking crazy about. Like, first of all, I ain't talking crazy about no nigga, period. But number two, if I'm talking crazy about somebody, far be it for me to go kick the bobo with them boys and play, like, what's up, boy? Da-da-da-da. Nah, bro, because you never know when somebody catch wind to how you moving. And if you moving funny, then like you could put yourself in a compromising position. Same thing, like I wouldn't put it past a record executive or a mogul to be petty enough. Look at Cameron, fucking hired the Omar Gooden to do a movie that was supposed to be fake just to troll him. Like shit. It wasn't that funny in real time, but it's more funny in hindsight. But like niggas with a little bit of money and enough to troll you on some shit like I'm gonna sign this nigga, I'm gonna make this nigga think he doing a real movie. Now, obviously, to Omar, bitch, I benefit, nigga. I got me a bag out of a little baby bag, whatever. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't put it past Jay-Z that he caught wind of Lil Russell dissing him on them trying to snake him. Do a flip game. Hey, no, how about this? Give me some route news to go with, man. Cause I ain't got no information. Whatever y'all want me to talk about, I'm gonna go with. This y'all channel, man. This for the people, man. For now on, dog, I'm gonna start treating this shit like the Green Bay Packers, man. You know that team owned by the city. This channel owned by y'all. Y'all make this channel, man. We all share this shit. If I make it, y'all make it. If I don't make it, y'all ain't make it with me. Bitch, we at the bottom of the barrel together. But bitch, we gonna crawl out together. We all crowds in this bucket. And we all finna get out this bitch together. You feel me? So whatever y'all want me to speak on, actually put it out there. Put me a subject out there to talk about. Air then talk about the flies, the fouls. The fouls, bro. Like, man, the fouls is the fouls. The fouls is full of high profile people that I'm gonna talk about that too, and I'm gonna address it all real quick. So let me be brief with all this, cause like I said, it's all y'all trying. I want all y'all to get play. So as far as the fouls, nobody going to prison about no fouls. The key person who was ready to sing is dead, and now the fouls gonna be used as like a chess move on each side. Clinton got smart and said, you know what? Democrats about to get up in this midterm and they trying to get the presidential seat. Let's go ahead and not have this cloud hanging over them. Let's testify. So now they coming to the table to testify. But it's guilty parties on both sides, and it's just gonna be used as a chess move on both sides. But ain't nobody going to prison about the shit. That's the reality of the shit. As far as ICE, ICE is a you look at the conservatives, Obama deported more people than Trump. That's just the facts. Obama, you know who the rednecks and MAGA hates? He deported more people. He was more America first than Trump. He deported a lot of folks. So ICE is the glitz and glamour. It's for show. How you deport 200 motherfucking thousand people and then you bring in 600,000? Come on now. Think about it. I had a family member try me like that. where they use the shit out of me. I spend $100 on them and they'll spend $50 on me. Before you know it, at that rate, bitch, I was broke. Same thing. He deported more without being hateful assholes who splits up family. There's no such thing as deporting a motherfucker without splitting up a family. You can call Trump a hateful asshole. You can say whatever your critiques about him. But if you deport a motherfucker in the nature of deporting, bitch, it ain't no rules to, oh, if your daddy snuck over here and he's illegally over here and he met whatever the case may be, and he sent your daddy back, you could call it split up the family, but the nigga was illegally over here, cuz. My whole thing is it's the charade because and I need somebody else to drop some more topics too, because I don't want to stay too long on the ICE subject. But I'm gonna make a quick point of it. I knew they was never gonna deport because corporations, I've been called this shit out many years ago, many presidents ago, before Obama was president. I said corporations benefit off of, they call it I forgot what they call it, but it's suppressing the work. It's basically suppressing the pay rate. If I got a person that cherishes this $10 an hour, while you looking at like, who the fuck finna work for this 10? Well, the motherfucker that come from overseas, he like, bitch, this 10 is everything to me. You can't get ahead like that. And so remember when Democrats was the party that we thought was the party that wanted all to suppress their wages. If y'all, let me take y'all and give y'all niggas a history lesson. I'm gonna stay in these comments real. Matter of fact, I'll go back to that subject because I want to keep y'all engaged. I don't want to get too much in talking. It said he deported more. Yeah. Then he say America has a rule of law. That rule of law requires a judge to deport anyone. If you deport without that, you're acting against the law. A judge? You mean a judge signs off on the order at his final call? Like let's just say they got something that's a show of cause. If it's a show of cause as to why to deport, to get it started, you don't need the judge to make the arrest. The judge might got to sign off on the show of cause as, okay, show me the actual fact that this person is illegal. Judge might have got to get a sign off, but a judge ain't the person that is the person that dictates the merit of it. Nah, bro. They not the one that initiated. Judge ain't working the streets. This ain't Judge Dredd. Judicial warrant versus you meant to say administrative warrant. You said admiration warrant to be legal. You gotta um talk about, you gotta put that, rephrase that, bro. I don't understand what you're saying. Judicial warrant versus admiration warrant. You mean administration? The judge needs to hold a hearing for it. Yes, spell check. Okay, so if you were saying administrative warrant, I believe, like, once again, if you're the administration, you know what I'm saying, it's like, obviously you're not the legislative branch, but you kind of influence policies by being the administrative branch. So if you put out a mandate, which is to me same thing as administrative warrant, then that's kind of the same thing. Like, my mandate I'm running on is that we will hold this person to be illegal if it meets this prerequisite or guideline. And once you set that as your mandate, then that's, to me, it supersedes a judge warrant. ICE can't deport without a judge. It's basic legal requirement. Yeah, but ICE can capture and detain. ICE, you want to, let's talk about it, bro. ICE hasn't deported one single person. ICE have captured and detained. The deporting process is a whole nother process. But as far as the people that's doing the groundwork, think about it. A cop never sent nobody to prison in the history of mankind. A cop has arrested people, maybe fraudulently planted evidence on somebody, but they ain't have the judicial power to send somebody to prison. They're not the prosecutor. So you got to always understand that. You know what's so funny? In the state of Georgia, you will learn very differently. This shit is like a cowboy movie. You in Georgia, you can go in court and you can see a prosecutor with a gun. That shit blow your fucking mind. I'm from Florida. You start to remember that, damn, a prosecutor is the highest form of law enforcement in any state. The state attorney, the district attorney, has more power than the head sheriff, because he has the power to file charges. A sheriff can arrest you, a police can arrest you, ICE can arrest you, But the fucking prosecutor can decide whether you're gonna stay detained or release you, or whether charges are gonna be filed. So that goes back to being an administrative thing more so than ICE. ICE obviously gonna take the heat for it because they're the faces of it, but you gotta look at the administrative part of that. Somebody else say, hold on, my bad. I'm trying to keep up with y'all. No, it's not the same at all. Explain why it's not the same. That's what I was saying, Anthony. One is legally binding. Exactly the problem. You just said it yourself. This guy is such a moron. Do you know what the brown shirts were in Germany? No, I don't. Please enlighten me. I would love to know. No, it's not. Laughing my ass off. Yeah, so that's my take on it. I know y'all doing y'all thing, telling y'all peace on it. What else we got, man? We done spoke on ICE. We done spoke about the files. Let's talk about it. Let's get deep into this, man. Like, y'all got any entertainment things, you know what I'm saying, y'all want me to touch on? Like, like I said, man, the files is gonna be used as a leverage from now on. You feel me? It's to me, the files is still working itself. You look at the premise of what the files was about. The files was always about power. It was always about, if I pull you in and I get you into this web, you got to pull somebody else in, because now you're caught in this web. See, you got to think, it's like watching those mafia movies or something like that. Like, where the person shoots the person, but they don't kill the person. They give the gun to the next person to say, now you shoot them. That way they both in it together. So it's like, bitch, you can't tell on me, I can't tell on you, because we both in this shit together. Once these people got caught in the files, they didn't feel comfortable being around people who wasn't in the files, because you can always extort me. Once everybody was under the same umbrella of, okay, we all fall, that's when they felt more liberated. Like, okay, so the file's never going away in that regard. I mean, because these people are going to be in the power for the next 20 years who was around this guy. And you notice everybody around him got the same story. I regret. I wish I knew. You did know. You regret getting caught. You did know. You know. And I think even more so than just the Epstein files, you look at the baby Epstein. Baby Epstein is Diddy. You feel me? Everybody who was bragging on the Diddy shit, like, you know, people were saying, man, I miss them Diddy parties and shit like that. Like, once, I think the most person he's vulnerable, I don't really want to bring him up, but I will. But he's the most honest celebrity I could think of offhand. Ray J. Ray J will get drunk and tell it all. Ray J, like, man, I love Diddy party. Ray J you gonna know whatever comes off of Ray J tongue is the truth. But the rest of those guys, they hide and oh no fuck, and they was going to the same parties and the same. Let me see. Trump said, let me see. Hold on. Do you know? Yeah, you still ain't explain what the brown shirts in Germany was, fam. Light for light. So Trump using a move from Hitler's playbook should scare you. Trump said he would consider pardon for Diddy. Did you know this? Trump is not finna pardon Diddy. Trump also said that Diddy had unfavorable words. And if you know Trump, his ego and his narcissism, he wants undying loyalty. Trump is not the type of person where you could go against him even once. You can agree with Trump 99 fucking times, but the 100th time that you disagree, you're a piece of shit to him. I only seen him forgive one person that kind of like disagreed with him, is Joe Rogan, and that's only because Joe Rogan got such a massive fan base. It's like taking a big, like, that's not a good political look in no kind of career move for him to make up against Joe Rogan. But I'm pretty sure in private he was like, man, look who the fuck this guy is, man, going. Because his mindset is you got to agree with him all the time. Trump is not finna pardon Diddy. That's not. Listen, Trump pardon Kodak Black. Trump pardon some drug lords and stuff like that. It's not who Trump is afraid to pardon. Trump just ain't taking nobody that had any disparaging words for him. You feel me? That's why I say, well, he used to be my friend. He used to be my homie. You know, Trump was all at the Tyson fights and shit like that. But at the end of the day, if you said something disparaging about him, it's the ball is in his court. So as far as Trump said he would consider pardon, not he would, by the way, the fact he would consider it is sick. I mean, you got to look at what American politics is, brother. Like I understand where you're coming from. I'm just simply saying, look at what American politics is, bro. Is it what moral president have we had that set a moral conduct that we like? Man, this guy was such a great president. He was just like, only person I can think of, only person I'm talking about in the history of all presidents, you just gotta know this shit, is Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was the most moral president, and people say he sucked. They said, read my third to last comment. Trump said we're gonna set a pardon for Diddy. Did you know this? Light for light, so Trump using a move from Hitler's playbook. It's so funny when you invoke the word Hitler, right? You say he using a move from Hitler's playbook, right? And then you look at people calling ICE the new Gestapo and all that stuff like that. Um, it's a couple ways you could go with that. One way you can look at it, let's look at it your way real quick. Let's look at the scary way. I'm gonna give you the ambitious way after, but let's start with the scary. The scary thing of that is, if you're right, Hitler objective was he needed complete loyalty. And see, he made people fear so much and be on so volatile with each other that they was snitching on each other. They was policing each other. If I don't, it was kind of like, I would almost even say it's more of a Kim Jong Un thing, where you see how I got this portrait in the background where it's required that you have the president's portrait in your house. That's kind of like the Hitler mindset, because it was I'm gonna make all of you guys walk on eggshells to where nobody can unionize against me, nobody can consolidate against me, because all y'all got y'all own agenda, and y'all so fragmented that you can't come together. That's what this thing was. I don't believe Trump divide of America has always been simple. It's been black versus white. He never tried to like break the whites up against white versus white, and this kind of black versus this kind of black, this kind of Latin. See, Hitler shit was more intellectual in a way. Trump shit is right down the middle, bitch. So that and now that was the bad part of it. If he is doing a move out of Hitler, it's only gonna get worse. But if we look at history, and history is always redefining itself from new information that we gain. Hitler we all know who he was against, who he felt was running his country. Look at deja vu. America right now is having a grand awakening, a great awakening. And I know that word is taboo with the Republicans, woke, but let's just use it. Let's just pretend that word doesn't exist, woke. And let's just say America, black and whites, are having a grand awakening. And they're realizing who's manipulating the policies of how their country is running and trying to get them out. Well, if Trump was really Hitler, that would be a great thing, because he's understanding who's running the country, and now it's time to get their ass and expel their ass up out of here. And that's what Hitler realized. You got to understand, the people who write history are the people who win. To the victor goes the spoil. That's why it says his story. His story. The man who won, that's his story, not yours. So Hitler died, and the people who fought with Hitler died. They didn't get to tell their story. The people who were supposed to be the victims are still claiming to be victims. So, and while killing a whole nation. And lead me to a segue. Now you're finna bring me to a second segue, I would like to say. Very briefly, I want to spend very, very brief on this point. I thought about this throughout the day at some point. I was saying, it's easy to feel sorry for Palestine, and rightfully so. We see what we see on the news. It's awful. What they're doing to them is awful. Having said that, I would say to the blacks in America, just remember all your corner stores, from all the people of impoverished, not just all blacks, but black impoverished who grew up impoverished in America. You know how we used to go to the store and there was a Palestinian corner store and they treated us like shit? This is for all the blacks because it's easy to forget that these Palestinians haven't been so kind to us, blacks in America. And we don't look at them as Palestinians in America. We just call them A-Route because we don't know no better. We say little A-Route. Everybody's an A-Route. Shit, I done seen them people call Puerto Ricans A-Route, but that's neither here or there. But we forget how they talk to our, try to holler at our little girls in the store, because you know this shit is, you know, in that culture, 16 wise, and it's respect for age and all that shit, whatever the case is. That's the mindset. So it's easy to go, and I would say to black people, before we start being the great defenders, oh, the Palestinian, did they not treat us like shit in our own neighborhoods? Because you got to understand, ground zero as a foreigner when you move to America is the ghetto, the hood. When you come here with nothing, you move amongst the blacks. You don't move amongst the whites. You earn your way to that. You move amongst the blacks. Who do you build your business off of? The blacks. Your gas stations, your corner stores, your vape shops, your liquor stores, your etc. The blacks. And who treats us like trash just so they can go spend their money with the whites? The same people we crying over the news. So let's understand this. Gain what we could gain, take what we could take from it. But let's not get too caught up in the hype, because those same people got to America and forgot they struggles, and treated us like we was the bad people. It's not the blacks, it's the poor. Yeah, but in America, bro, mind you, I'm speaking as a black man. There are plenty poor white people. I noticed that when I moved to different places and went through different places. But where you ask most black people who are from where the places where I'm from in America, it's blacks in our neighborhood. You go to the projects, you go to Chirac, you can talk about poor whites. Poor white people still be segregated. They live in what you call trailer parks amongst other poor whites. So people like to say, "Oh, well, poor." Listen, white people could be poor and still be segregated. They don't be. They go to a poor white area, and black people be in a poor black area. That's how this shit go in America. I don't know where you from, but yeah, poverty is something that isn't race defined. But when we talk about the ghetto black America, the impoverished, that shit was black, fam. And the white people, when white people do come, that's a sign of gentrification. Where I'm from, that's a sign of the neighborhood is changing, the demographic, the property taxes are going up. That's sometimes, most of the time, if you're a homeowner especially, that's a good sign. Bitch, your property value is increasing. So I say that to say, but they wasn't there for the struggle, is what I'm telling you. White people usually use a couple. That's what I'm telling you. That I call them the buffer race. Those buffer races they can pass for white, but we know they're not white. But they not scared to move in the ghetto because they're from worse places overseas. So they moved there as a test. And then a couple of them get there. And that white person, one brave white person said, well, it's not so bad. It's usually that gun-toting white person. They said, well, fuck it, I'll build me a house. They build a big-ass fence where you can't really see what the hell going on behind their fence. And then they tell their friends, say, I got me a good price. Next thing you know, 2, 3 white people on the block. Next thing you know, the whole damn city come moving in. And it ain't no great black flight. You know how they had great white flight when we start moving the neighbor? We just get fucking incomed out or whatever you want priced out. And we don't leave, say, oh, white people coming, this time to move. Niggas be happy. Niggas be like, oh, shit, bitch, my house finna be some value. You just get priced out. So, anyway, I don't care what color anyone. My bad. Let me stay up with y'all, what y'all saying. My bad. I'm missing out on a couple. Who commits most crimes in America? I don't want to hurt your feelings, but it's more white people than anybody. White people commit the most crimes in America. That's a stat that you can look up. I don't got to tell you that. You should know that. Everybody commits crimes if you're asking. But if you're asking on sheer number and volume, white people. It's more white people than anybody. You ain't never heard of Dateline NBC? Come on, bro. What are you talking about? Let's see. Man, Americans put a lot of time and energy into color. America puts a lot of time and energy into color. You're right. Not Americans, America. Matter of fact, the world puts a lot of time and energy into color. And I'm going to tell you why. I met this Colombian lady many years ago, and she tried to say that same argument that you said. It was a black lady, red, light-skinned lady. I said, you know you black, right? She said, I'm Colombian. I said, what? 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 She said, I'm Colombian. I said, yeah, but you're black. She said, no, I'm Colombian. So then I just went to Google and I typed in the last like 20 Colombian presidents or whatever. I said, what color are those guys? She said, see, that's them. I said, no, 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 no. Just tell me real quick. What color are those guys? I'm looking at white guys. I said, see, they play that, oh, we're all one nation shit overseas, but it's the same shit. They'll tell you, oh, we all, man, it's white. Same thing with Mexico. They got a place in Mexico called Yaga, Mexico, right now. And that's one of the fewest places in Mexico where black people still identify and call themselves as black. Everybody else want to say they Mexican. Veracruz got a lot of blacks. But with that said, Mexico had a black president one time, that second president in Mexico history, Vincent Guerrero. Outside of that, everybody been white. Now they got a Jewish president. Don't even get me started on that. But freaking everybody wants to get up under this moniker. It's national. That's America that is colorized. The fucking world is colorized, fool. The Aboriginals was all black. When the fuck you seen the Aboriginal Australian Prime Minister? The whole island was fucking Aboriginal blacks. When you seen Mr. Oh God, why you gotta make it about? Cause the fucking world makes it about color. What are you talking about? Anyway, I'm in the UK. Don't even get me started with UK. Have you UK had any kind of black leaders? Period. Period. And the Moors was all through UK. You want me to go in my living room and start showing you some Moorish paintings? Don't even get me going down that aisle, bro. I'm just you just got to do your research and dig yourself out of that tunnel. In Scotland, I have Chines Black, etc. People who stay close to me, and we all come together when needed. Will you come together, elect a black leader in Scotland? That's my next question I want to know. Kid goes missing. No one cares what color anyone is. We're all looking. Now, I'm going to tell you a funny story, too, after that. America makes it about color. Yes, last one was black. All right. There was a black guy, right? He was this was somewhere in the UK. Big story at the time. He went missing. His friends ended up killing him, beating the shit out of him in the woods. But this is the point I'm making. When they talked to the other friends about it, because these two of them got convicted of beating the black guy. Mind you, he was pretty much mixed though, but he looked black though. He was mixed. His mom was light black and his dad was white. But you could tell he had black features and stuff. His friends, the people that he loved and adored, was defending the ones who was in prison. They was like, oh, they was just probably playing and it went too far. I think the dangerous part about not all white people, a lot of white people though, too much to be comfortable, is y'all kind of like cats with mice. A cat just sit up there. They know they got all the advantages over the fucking mouse. And they just beat the bitch to death, but in the name of playing. Y'all got so much of an advantage. You will say, oh, no, it really isn't that bad. Oh, what are you complaining about? Oh, you couldn't even fathom. Matter of fact, you could fathom. That's the only thing you can do is fathom. But you could never see through the what's the prism. You can never see through the prism, through the lens. You can never feel the audacity, the gall that we feel like, what the fuck? How dare you say that? Oh, why you making it about color? Because this shit is about color. Fuck you thought this shit? That ain't no American. America is one of the youngest countries in the fucking world, dude. What do you think America is comprised of? Irishmen, Scottishmen, Englishmen, Italians, Frenchmen. Fuck is you talking about, bro? Think about it, fool. The biggest slave transporters in the world. And this is what made the world the biggest languages right now. Let's look at the top 4 languages, and you will find the top 4 slave traders in the world. Let's see, what's one of the biggest languages in the world? English. So England transport a lot of motherfucking slaves all over the fucking world. What's next? France. A lot of motherfuckers speaking French in Africa last time I checked. A lot of motherfuckers speaking French in the islands. Canada, Portuguese. Oh shit. Brazil has more black people than America. Is it getting a little too heavy for you? And then America. We still colonizing in 2026. We taking over shit, snatching up presidents in motherfuckers' face. We about to snatch up some white people shit. That's when it really get interesting. Now let's shift the subject to where white people start colonizing white people. This is why he got so much pushback. No pushback against the Venezuelan shit. You go to say you want to get goddamn Greenland, motherfucker like what? White people is like, hold on now, bitch. When we start colonizing each other. And now all of a sudden there's a lot of blowback. Well, let's try to buy it. Bitch, we can shit on Denmark. Tomorrow we can end Denmark. But the courtesy white people have for each other. You see, it's about color, fool. They fucking bombed Nigeria. Nigeria is like one of the most respected countries in Africa. But fuck Nigeria. Them niggas. Rich ass niggas. Bomb that shit. Bomb Iran. Bomb fucking Japan. Hiroshima. Fuck them all. Denmark? Oh, let's how much can we offer you guys? Put your white voice on, bitch. Pull your suspenders up. Bitch, this shit always been about color, brothers. And when a white person try to come to me these days to try to tell me anything less than that, the first step I know when a white person is bullshitting me is when they try to get me to expel color from the conversation. If they include color from the conversation and then they start making their rebuttals, I can go with that. But to tell me I got to expel the obvious, I can't go with that. I know it's bullshit. Anyway, I come from slaves. My ancestors were slaves. I don't know if you black or white, but let's just say you were black. You are basically reminding me of the guy that I told you about. This black guy even said, they showed videos of him. I don't know. Y'all can think about the name in the comments chat and find out the black guy that was killed in the forest by his friends. They beat the shit out of him and all that, whatever. I said to myself, if that black guy was still living, he would forgive those friends that killed him. He had the biggest Stockholm syndrome I ever seen. He was one of those kind of black guys that was like, black people are always complaining. He was like the Hodge twins, if y'all ever heard of them. He was like that fucking sheriff. He just loved them some fucking white people at the expense of his own life. And when they took his life, he couldn't even see it. It's like a person showed me some shit. They told me that you could feed a cow all the way up until his death. They got these fucking machines that shoot a bullet through the cow fucking head in the slaughterhouse. And the cow will fucking eat out your hand all the way up with the shit to their head. To the last second. I can't be that cow eating out your fucking hand of deceit. We can talk, we can exchange information, we can grow in knowledge if you're willing to grow, but I will not let you feed me no lies. And I will not expel race from the conversation of the obvious. That's what it is, brother. I miss my family cotton farm. That's dope. Oh, you meant to say cotton farm, but you can't spell. Bless your heart. Okay, so here's some things that should matter more. In Scotland, we have free healthcare. We have free medication. Oh, listen. You get no argument with me from that, brother. America is not ran by the people. I would like to think that Scotland is ran by the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, Scotland is like the size of a state. So it's not like it's the hardest thing in the world. I think when I start learning like geography and populations of different geographical places, that's when I start to put things in perspective. Like, nigga, like Texas is bigger than France, population-wise. Florida is bigger than France, population-wise. California is... So when you tell me a whole country has free healthcare, that's fucking one state. Now add 49 to that shit. And then do the math on that. And then add the GDP of states that can't carry their weight. That's why I'm surprised this American experiment has lasted this long, because there's certain states that can't carry their weight. And I got a solution for that. I don't think we should have 50 states. I think we should have around 35. Other states need to take over other states and make them bigger, and make whatever policy is working is working. You feel me? Technically, I think Florida has the policies to expand. California has the policies to expand. Texas has the policies to expand. Those are the three powerhouses. If we looked at three states that could be their own country tomorrow, I ain't talking about just off of sheer population, because of course they already got the numbers. I'm talking about just the way they go about their business and how profitable they are to America. Well, New York is one definitely, so you can say New York as well. But four states would be New York, California, Texas, Florida. Without that, you have no fucking America. That's a fact. They could secede tomorrow and be its own country and do great. I mean, obviously you'll lack the military power, but that's what I'm saying. So when you tell me y'all got great health care, it says 80 million people. Okay, what about the whole UK as we all have it? 80 million. 80 million is nice, but 80 million is California and Texas. And if that's not enough to fill that, 80 million is three of our states: Florida, Texas, and California. So if I told you Florida and Texas and California had free health care and the rest of the 47 states didn't have it, would that mean anything to you? No. It says that's 1/3 of the population of USA. I don't think you understand me. You say 1/3. That would mean the USA only has 240 million. Bro, we got 300 million people, fam. So you mean that's half of 1/3. So shit, 330 million. Okay, that's even better to my point. That's less than half of 1/3. 80 million. You take 80 million from 330 million, bro. Not to say making too much excuses. We can afford free health care in America. But you gotta understand, Scotland probably not. Let's put it like this. Are corporations allowed to donate money to politicians in Scotland? See, that's where America, you got to understand. That's the biggest thing. Americans don't even understand. We don't get to choose who we vote for. We just get 10 people that the corporations put in front of us. Like right now, perfect example. Nobody knows who's running on a Democratic ticket yet. We are down there 2 years away from a very important election, and nobody knows who's the Democratic nominee going to be. Everybody assumes it's gonna be JD Vance, which that's a fucking awful choice still. But we don't even know who the fuck gonna run against JD Vance. The corporations ain't decided yet. We can't decide. The last fucking American that was able to decide, run on like be a dark horse of the people. It was like in the early 90s. I can't think of his name for shit. He's dead. I don't know if he got a assassinate or whatever, but he's dead. But that's the last dark horse of by the people where motherfuckers like, oh shit, like da, da, da. He was independent. Outside of that, man, if the corporations choose who they elect with us. So what I'm basically telling you is, when corporations dictate policy, it's never gonna be in favor of the fucking people. So Scotland, along with Canada and some other countries, y'all still ran by y'all people. Our biggest flaw in America was allowing corporations to donate to campaigns. See, when it was the people, our money decided. 50 of us got together, 100, 200, 5,000, 50,000, say, we're going to give you this person $10 a piece and get them elected. But when that one corporation say, I'm going to get that motherfucker 200 million as an LLC, because you know a corporation is a person. Don't let me get too deep with it. But corporation is a person. That's why when corporations get found guilty, like Exxon Valdez, you know, the oil spill, nobody went to prison about it. The corporation, which is a person, was fined because the corporation is a person, not a human, a person. So when we start allowing corporations to fucking donate to campaigns and shit, we took our individual civil liberties away. And that all that free healthcare and education, Department of Education get cut every year. Every year. The last 5 administrations have cut the Department of Education, but we talking about we ain't got no innovators here, and we got to bring them in from China. H1 visa or whatever. Of course we ain't got no innovation because motherfucker, we done cut all the school funding. What the fuck? You can't cut education 5 administrations straight. And when I say 5 administrations, that don't mean 5 times 4, 20 years, because some presidents got voted in for two terms. That's 8 years. So we talking about 40 fucking years. A straight damn cut in the Department of Education. Bro, America has the most money, produces the most money, but America steals and hoards so much money, so much so, and then hides so much money and holds his people accountable all while doing that shit. Cause we can't do what the fuck our leaders can do. Shit. So at the end of the day, I say to myself, how long will this last? And you gotta understand this, Mr. Scotland, and bless your heart, but I'm gonna finish it up like this. While everybody probably gonna be laughing around the world at America, like look at America fall. I'll tell you this much. When if America falls, you best believe, in my opinion, it won't be long. I don't see, how can I put it like this? It's like fall. When all the leaves fall, when the leaves fall off a tree, that's a mechanism the tree do to survive because it can't support all those leaves on it. So it gotta expel those leaves in order to survive. Same fucking thing. If y'all don't put a system in place while the leaves is still on the tree, y'all gonna die without America because everybody leeches off of us. All these offshore bank accounts, all these vacation homes overseas. You live in Scotland, you don't know how many fucking Americans got homes in Scotland with dual citizenship. So when this great experiment fall, bitch, everybody gonna fucking fall after. It's the domino effect. It's gonna be a domino effect, believe that. Unless you have a system in place already prepared that you're thriving already without America. And you're not, because America is in the middle of everything. And the problem what's killing the system is the greed is so big that the motherfuckers say, okay, it's like you would think a person say, we rich, we did it. We did it. The great heist. We did it. We got 500 million apiece. Everybody rich forever. The world is fucking teetering on failure. Let's stop now. Let's chill. Let's reset the system. Let's stay rich forever. Nah, that's not how greed works. Bitch, 500 million, bitch. Who gonna get that? I mean, 500 billion? Who gonna get that trillion? Who gonna get that trillion first? I want to be the first. Well, fuck it. If you the first, I'll be the second, then he be the third. What the fuck, everybody? Bruh, there's not enough bunkers, security you can buy to keep the world off of your fucking ass. And that's why I think they got it sadly mistaken is they think that they just gonna be rich as fuck and AI just gonna be right here. AI ain't planting no goddamn cotton like you just said. Somebody trying to make a joke about cotton. AI not doing anything. Bitch, it rain on the fucking robot outside. AI can't work through no rain. So, bitch, you gonna always need a human element to supervise that shit. And which means a working class. So you're going to always need a working class. And guess what working class people do? They have kids who enter the working class. So while you fuck over the working class, you're going to fuck over yourself because when you have no working class, you can't be self-sufficient. You're done. That money means nothing. It's null and void because you're broke. When I mean you're broke, that money can't buy shit with nobody to buy nothing from. Purchasing power means nothing if nobody here to build cars. Nobody here to do any other things, make roadways for you to drive the shit on. Build the house that you live in. Everybody's dead. So, I think that's what it's gonna be. It's a self-destruct button, and it's shameful that we as a people, even though we are the majority, we can't do nothing about it because The I finish my point like this. I promise I'm finishing like this. I seen a video recently showing the poorest town in America, which is in Mississippi. And when the guy he showed up to this trailer park, it was these black kids. And I'm not used to seeing black like people in trailer parks. And he said, this is the poorest town in America. And when he said that, the black kid pulled out a bunch of money. He said, bitch, we get money over here. And I'm thinking, see, this is the part. That's a microcosm of what America and the world is. A person calls out the obvious, we're doing bad, and the person wants to deflect and say, no, no, look. Show some peon ass shit that is nothing. Because we're delusioned, we live vicariously through these entertainers because we've been destitute for so long. We like, man, look at that guy with the Gucci. That's our favorite star. He's one of us. And we cheer for these rich ass people who are dominate. We cheer for the people that's dominating us. I seen the All-Star game the other day I was on YouTube watching the All-Star game from the year 2000. You know who was at the All-Star game? The same rich motherfuckers in 2026. I seen Jamie Foxx. I said, damn, this nigga Jamie Foxx been down rich over half my life. And ain't no disrespect to him, but what I'm simply saying is we look at these people and we just adore these motherfuckers to death. We adore the people that's dominating us. Bruh, like is how do you escape a cycle where we so delusioned that we feel like even I think this system is built off of thinking one day, just one day we're gonna get that big break and we ain't gonna have to work so hard. Just one day. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't really got nothing else to say after that. We just built off of this mindset that just one day we're gonna get that big break. Black and white. Take care of love, man. Hope y'all get that big break.